We cannot use the excuse. Don't speak ill of the dead. I am not speaking ill of the dead. I'm only reminding the living.
Well, the Bible says that the heart of a man is desperately wicked. I am beginning to think that the Bible was actually talking about leaders from West Africa, especially my country, Nigeria. Yeah. I know you people start saying that the youths are always talking trash. It is not new that when the younger generation of today speaks of the ills of the country, talks about the insecurity, the corruption in government, the hunger in the land, unemployment, lack of power, they would say that we are either lazy and has nothing doing, or we are under the influence of drugs. I remember somebody who was in the House of Representatives saying that we do not forget history. If you have all come together and decide to cut off history from our curriculum, would not make us forget the ones that our eyes witness. Like I would tell any aged person to stop using this idiom of what they see sitting down. If even we climb the Iroko tree, we would not see it. I beg to differ. We don't need to sit in an Iroko tree. We have drones, so we are seeing everything. It is clear that there is a deliberate attempt never to bring about development in Africa. There is a deliberate attempt to subject people to poverty. There is a deliberate attempt to see that the younger generation does not enjoy the privileges that they enjoyed. If you enjoyed free education, to an extent you enjoyed power, to an extent you were going to school, and once you're graduating or when you're finishing school, you're already sure of getting a job, if not even two, and you will have to make choice. Now you are in power. Enabling environment for business, you people will not create. Give us good standard of education, you would not do. Yet you travel abroad, you travel overseas, and you see these good things. What stops you from emulating those things that those leaders has been doing that has made their country great? No, you people will not do it. But when they say Nigeria is the giant of Africa, I'm sure we know where we are referring to. Corruption in government. I really do not know how to place it, but now, when we talk, you people are quick to say that we are under the influence of drugs. I'm happy that this video I'm about to show you was not being said by one of us. This is a man whom people respect. This is a man who is fearless. This person is a man who is not biased. And he was a witness to things that happened before. And today, he is saying it. We now see reasons why you, in quotes, deliberately took away history from our curriculum. Somebody who was head of state in the military era could not build an hospital. You had a second chance. You could not build an hospital. Still, the ones that are older than you are still killing themselves to wanting to become president. What do you have to offer Is it just about bearing the name I am an ex-president? Or is it the benefit that comes after being president? Is this what you people are killing yourselves for, or what? I really do not know. Now, before I show you the video, while we were growing, our parents used to tell us that education is the key. But they failed to tell us what door would that key open. To which door would that key open? It's so sad. So when you see younger people angry, one of my anger is not even because people are holding on to power, but my pain is that what you people enjoyed in your time as youth, you can't even give us half of it. You do not want us to enjoy half of it. This is deliberate wickedness. Just listen to what Dr. Charles Apoki said.
We make history daily. And unlike in those days, social media is available to document history. I'm still talking about the brutalization of former President Buhari. I remember when he came into power, if my memory is not failing me, one of the statements they made was that Nigerian hospitals have become mere consulting clinics. And in 1984, I was a house officer at the University of Benin Teaching Hospital. And President Buhari, Major General then, came to visit the University of Benin Teaching Hospital. A matron was pushing an empty trolley. There were no drugs in the trolley. The matron was just pretending that to go and serve drugs. You know, Nigeria, the point of this we are hypocrites in this country. The matron was pushing an empty trolley. First of all, it's not matrons that serve drugs. But that day, she just wanted to be hypocritical. Professor Scotty Markbo now, thank God he's still alive, and he told Buhari, you know, some people don't care, some people don't fear. And I suspect he's an old boy of Government College Ughelli too. We don't care, we don't fear. He said, Mr. President, this is an empty trolley, a drug trolley. There are no drugs inside. And he called me nearly 38 years, 40 years later and told me that he was detained for 24 hours for embarrassing the president. How markets. Till today, they are still sending patients to buy drugs from UBT. They will send them to town to go and buy drugs. Buy drugs. You don't know the authenticity of those drugs, whether they are fake. They send people out of UBT to buy drugs, to buy urine bags, to buy things. It is still on till today. After 41 years, same thing in all our hospitals around the country. Sometimes they don't even look at the one that happened in our Abuja Medical Center. They refuse to attend to the patients. When there is an accident in Nigeria, you can't call for an ambulance. Even if there is an ambulance, there are no roads. Anytime I'm traveling from Kokomaiko to any part of Lagos, I will see ambulances with patients inside in the traffic. We are living by the grace of God. I'm always scared to fall sick because before they carry you from Ughelli to Ogara, traffic, police police roadblock, Julius Berger constructing bridge, area boys, road safety, soldiers, custom, Okowa police and local government task force. Just the person will die. Then you reach Ogara. They will say you go and buy plaster, go and buy card, go and buy this, go and buy that. Hey, nkabo gini. Ona na akpa ma nyere na. Wetin be this? Kini eleyi? Nside? Person will die. Buhari, military era. Buhari, 8 years of civilian rule with all the monies budgeted, still went and died in another man's country. It's a shame. It's a shame. And you will see all these hypocrites, parasites, whether they are men of God or men of Satan, whether they are presidential olofofo, they will come. It's as clean as a whistle. Oh, Gobina. Clean as a whistle. A whistle won't blow. You didn't come into power to be clean as a whistle. You came into power to alleviate the pains of the people. Professor Scott Emuakpo is still alive. The man they detained because of trying to let the president know that there are no drugs. He's still alive. The president they deceived has died in London. Those of you who are pretending, do you remember the first currency exchange? The first currency exchange. The pains we went through. Essential commodity pains that we went through. Sugar, milk. Because of the useless policies of Buhari. Then he came after 40 years. He came with another currency exchange. When the elections were to take place in 2023, people said there was too much money outside the system, and that politicians were accumulating these monies to rig the election. And Buhari came up with currency coloration. We spent a lot of our money to recolor our currencies. And people suffered. We are now buying our own currency. At a point, people were now using CFA in the northern part of the country. You see, all of us are creating history, and history has to be reviewed. We are a pretentious people. That's why we don't want to teach history in our secondary schools. We don't want to teach history in our primary schools, so that the people can be living in a state of historical trance. We know where we are going. We know where we are from. We live in Babylon. We're going to our father's land. We don't know where we are coming from. We don't know where we are going. Mrs. Sani Abacha just came to rewrite history, the history of her husband's tyranny. We cannot use the excuse. Don't speak ill of the dead. I am not speaking ill of the dead. I'm only reminding the living that fading away like the stars of the morning, only remembered by what we have done.